last-minute adjustments to our setup literally after we're already rolling. That's how we roll on the Research Runs YouTube channel.
It's fine. We're good.
We literally booting up the game, and I'm like, wait a second, let me completely revamp our entire setup over here.
Nah, it's fine.
Hey guys, we're gonna play a game called Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix, which originally released on the PSP in 2010, then on the PlayStation 3, which we're now playing in 2018. He said, digging his own grave when this Let's Play releases in 2019.
Don't say that. Don't do that. Listen, it's fine.
Not.
We got our main characters here. We got 1, 2, and 3. We got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles over here. We're good to go.
Indeed. So Joey, I should ask you ahead of time. What is your knowledge base on this game, if anything? Now that you're exposed to the Kingdom Hearts a little bit, do you know anything about this one?
It's 10 years before. The Keyblade War.
Do you know it's there's
no?
You just know that phrase showed up in the movie.
I know that phrase showed up in the movie. These guys were in that FMV. Blue hair is Aqua.
Yes, the internet loves her, so you've heard of her.
I have heard of her. The only reason I know of her is because they were making parallels to some anime girl named Aqua from Konosuba.
I don't even know about that one, but I'll take your word for it.
She's dumb. I hope this one's not dumb. She's dumb but lovable.
But hey, why is there a guy who looks very familiar to us in that lineup?
I don't know. I remember that conversation coming up in the FMV, and I was like, oh boy.
I wanted to make sure that I pointed that out exclusively because
I wasn't sure if it was intentional or not.
Yeah,
because I was also like, because Nominate, it's like it looks like they used Kyrie's character model and changed it a little bit. I wasn't sure if it was like, he's not supposed to look like him, but we're gonna make him look similar. You wanted to make sure it's like, that was intentional.
And then once screenshots for this game started coming out, we had a character who definitely, absolutely looked a hell of a lot like Roxas.
Yep.
So, I just wanted to point that out while we were watching the FMV, since we didn't exactly have 4 years to sit around and discuss that afterwards.
But I know next to nothing about this game, other than the fact that it's pretty divisive in the community.
I was just talking with you a little bit beforehand, and this is actually relevant to kind of the structure of what we're going to be doing this time around. I apologize for taking a few minutes sitting on the main menu here, but
I'm sure they're used to that at this point.
We have several points of business to cover, and one of them was that I talked with Joey a little bit beforehand, just kind of saying, so in addition to many people who have voiced their opinion about the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough as it was releasing, I myself had grievances with the way that we produced it as it was going on. I felt that in some cases I was overpowering your voice, and in some cases Aiden's voice, missing out on what you guys had to say sometimes. And people pointed out that some people said that I was ruining the pacing on scenes sometimes by stopping to talk during the cutscenes.
There would have been no time to talk though. Like, you weren't lying. Like, it was literally like one thing after another constantly. There was no downtime.
That game's pacing is like room to room, wall to wall, cutscene. You don't really get a lot of downtime in that game. But anyway, so the point of all of this is that we're trying to get at here is that the structure of what we're doing this time around is going to be a wee bit different, because we're not going to be looking at as exhaustive notes this time around as we did with the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough. We're still trying to kind of figure out our format here on Research Runs, still experimenting with certain things. This time around, the notes are going to be a little bit lighter. I'm not going to be talking about every single little thing as we go along. I'm going to try and hit the broader beats, specifically because I already did live streams of this game over on the main channel where I scrutinized every single little minute bit of this game, every single thing I talked about at extreme length, good, bad, otherwise, covered it all. And so with that in mind, I think that the better option for this time around, reel myself back in a little bit on the written material, since I already have essentially created the product that deals with that half of the equation, and focus on really hitting the big points, the big details that I really want to cover, especially towards the end of each of the 3 campaigns we're going to be going through here. We'll still be talking about things along the way, obviously, but I'm going to lay off a lot of the smaller details and let things kind of play out a little bit, since I have now covered this game's small details at extreme exhaustive length.
Okay.
So that's kind of the idea. But I mentioned 358 Days Over 2. At current moment in time, schedule has been a little bit tight for everybody. Joey, you have not yet actually been able to play this game that I am now have in my hands here. 358 Days Over 2. I'm just showing him the box art.
Yep, hopefully start it either later tonight or tomorrow.
Now the issue is that, no, I guess the lack of issue is that I feel fairly confident in saying that for the first 10 or 15 hours of this game, your lack of 358 Days Over 2 knowledge will not impair the experience whatsoever.
Okay.
You're not going to be missing anything super important. So hopefully, by the time we finish up with the first campaign of this game and continue on, you'll be all caught up, and Aiden will be all caught up. And speaking of Aiden and Joey, there's a bit more business to address there. We don't really know what the filming situation is for this particular game. We had discussed Joey and I sitting here together and filming the first campaign, and then kind of swapping out Joey for Aiden as the main co-host, Joey being here obviously whenever you could be. Usually when Aiden's available, you're all, during, I don't know, not always, sometimes Aiden's more available than you are. That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about if availability remained a specific way, we were going to kind of swap out where it was all three of us or myself and Aiden for kind of the back 2/3 of this game. Joey and I were going to go and film something else, take a little break from Kingdom Hearts. As of right now, we don't know how this is going to turn out because Joey's schedule's up in the air, Aiden's schedule is extremely up in the air. So by the time that this episode is releasing, I'll be able to tell you exactly what the situation is.
Hopefully.
In this cutaway. Unfortunately, Aiden was unable to join us for the entirety of the Birth by Sleep Let's Play, so this will be a Jacob and Joey only affair. But here in the modern day, we don't know any of that stuff that I just told you, so it might be Joey sticking on for the entire thing. Joey might be tagging out in a little bit. Who knows? We'll find out together.
Who
Joey.
knows? Maybe I'll have lost my arms in a horrible accident and I can no longer play video games.
It's entirely
the last
possible.
thing I enjoy in this life.
It's entirely possible. But I think that's all the business we have to deal with. So I think we're probably good to go ahead and dive into this one here. Apologies for the lengthy spiel there. Wanted to make sure that everybody was apprised as to what's going on exactly.
No system data found.
Yeah, go ahead. It's because we're on a different user profile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it basically, since it just has to create like a universal save file for the different characters that we're managing.
Right.
Essentially.
You said you'd been streaming it, so.
Yeah, I did it on a different user profile, so that's why it's not here. I have left the trophy data blank for this account for our platinum run of the game.
Oh no. No,
you go ahead
said it
and
again.
I believe that.
Should I skip
Yeah,
this?
go ahead and skip it. I'm fairly certain that the cutscene also plays when we start a new game, so we'll watch it when we start a new game as opposed to right here.
Oh no, Mickey's angry about something.
He is angry about something. This is the final mix art, which I don't love as much as the original PSP art, but that's not a big deal, so who cares? Anyway, yeah, new game.
Okay, what are we doing?
God, I totally freaking forgot about this.
Secret movie is extremely difficult to unlock.
I feel like in beginner mode it's impossible to unlock in this
Easier.
game, isn't it? Beginner mode. Player deals 50% more damage. All damage dealt to the player is halved. The secret movie cannot be unlocked. I think we'll go ahead and do proud.
Okay.
You on vibration, Joey?
I'm good. That'll probably be heard on camera. So all right.
It's fine. Yeah, go right ahead and turn it off if you want. That's the problem is I'll turn vibration on and I don't care too much about when it's in my hands, but then I'll put it on the desk and
Yeah,
forget,
that's what I'm
and-
thinking because like during cutscenes I like to lay the remote down and I'm just
Yeah.
imagining brrr.
That happened during the Ursula boss fight in
Oh,
Kingdom
no.
Hearts 1. We put it down like just to die because we
Uh-huh.
wanted to restart and redo
Oh,
our
yeah.
items, and it literally vibrated off the desk.
I've had that at home. Like I'll put my remote on something, and I'll go to the bathroom, and then I just hear a loud crashing noise.
Yeah. You mean you don't take your video games into the bathroom with you like a real gamer?
You're right, my bad. I've been outed on stream.
Hey guys, it's me, Jacob from the future. Guess what? I tried to keep simple and clean in the video for you guys, but Joey and I didn't talk enough, so it got claimed, so it's muted, so you're gonna have to use your imaginations, because I'm not singing it again like I did during the streams.
Oh hey, it's that cutscene.
Yeah, that's why I said to hold off, because we would have just had to skip it here or rewatch it anyway. So like, who cares? Might as well just wait until the time of. Notice we're already saving a tiny bit of money here. Well, I guess no. There's two elements of which we're saving money here: reusing the remix of Simple and Clean,
Yeah.
and also reusing some FMV elements from the secret movie of Kingdom Hearts 2. This is a situation we've had previously where it's like, I want to talk, because people want us to keep the music in, but then it's like, I also want to give Joey the ability to just like look at what's happening on the screen. So
Sure.
I don't know. Like people always say, "Oh, just put the music in, you coward." Don't worry about the copyright.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this part. The old dude's just kicking ass.
We talked about this a little bit during the Kingdom Hearts 2 playthrough when we were watching the secret movies, but it's really interesting to see kind of how things develop across time with things like this, where you look at that first secret movie, which was made like a year before the second one, and the lighting is completely different. So that, like, while the armor designs are the same, in the first one they look much grittier and much more hostile, and they're bathed in this like grim orange light of twilight.
Yeah.
And then in the next one, the color palette of the rest of the setting is the same, but suddenly their armor is a lot bluer and much shinier and more like more silver and blue. And I get the feeling that that was probably a transition between, okay, we just have some designs that we like, to, okay, we have protagonists that we like.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, that was a sword I recognize.
Yeah, there's the Kingdom Key and the Soul Eater were both there, and they stabbed the thingamajiggy. And now the guys in the air are falling, like Kingdom Hearts protagonists often do during opening sequences.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could read into this, or we could read into this, but it's just, it's an opening FMV, so I'm not going to pay too much mind to it. Whoa! Never mind opening my conspiracy channel. What does it mean?
As someone who reads way too much into these games, the level of abstract symbolism in Kingdom Hearts FMVs is usually pretty low. Usually they're either recaps or foreshadowing or just wacky imagery.
That's what I figured.
Not a ton to pull from. They're very well produced. I like them a lot, but there's not really a whole lot to like, know.
But it's fun to look at, but not much more.
Whatchamacallit, Mother's Basement doesn't really need to make a What's in an OP video for most of these games.
This world is just too small.
All right.
Just getting right into it, eh? Really just opening up with the big guns.
There, you see, an empty world, like a prison. I imagine you will be right at home.
Who's there?
Okay.
But this is... Why are you in my heart? Yeah. That was my light. But my heart is fractured. And now... the little I have left is slipping away. Huh?
I should probably be reading those bits. Now our hearts have touched, says voice. I usually read this type of stuff, but I was thinking I'm gonna lay off. Now nothing else will slip away, says the voice. I was gonna lay off, and then I was like, but then again, I know there are people who watch this stuff and don't look at the screen, like they listen to while they're doing other stuff, so maybe I should read along. And one day, you'll be strong enough to win back the part that I already did, the part of your heart that slipped away. So, our character has just encountered some manner of heart
Thing.
a brand new heart, it said, and they have now touched and led to the healing of our character, whose heart was apparently damaged in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yep. Sure.
I'm just trying to help. Our shirtless man here had some problems with his heart, and another heart said, let's touch, and that helped out. So
I wish you
that's
could do that
that.
with arrhythmias.
Make things much simpler, much less expensive.
A keyblade.
That's what that is. Yep.
That's a keyblade.
Okay.
There you go. Did that clear things up for you?
Yeah.
When we shot the sky?
Yeah, plenty.
It all makes sense now. You just have to give things enough time to sort themselves out. You know, on one level, I do at least appreciate the thematic consistency of... While Kingdom Hearts 1 doesn't open in Sora's room, we get a little scene in Sora's room. Kingdom Hearts 2 opens in Roxas's room. Now we're opening in this room, kind of this this overarching, like, you know, a little kickoff of, you know, young person, teenager, just their personal space.
Oh, hey, his
before kicking
eyes
us off
don't
into
look
this
dead
adventure.
anymore.
His eyes don't look dead anymore. No, they don't.
I wasn't sure if that was a thing or
Meteor
not, but
shower.
I was going to comment on how dead his eyes looked. But then it's like, if it stayed like that the whole game, I was going to be a little disappointed.
No, but that was that had to do with the affliction of whatever had happened to him in
Yeah.
that scene. He was obviously not in
I mean,
good
that's
shape.
how they do it in the animes. They just...
Indeed, indeed.
Okay.
Now, Joey, I'm afraid that we made a grave error
We made...
somewhere along the way, yes. See, I thought that I played this game on Proud during the streams. I actually played it on Standard.
Oh, no. Now I'm going to have to get good.
I don't... Joey, I'm thinking maybe just, like, we just quit and play it on Standard. I'm not sure. It's a hard call.
Surely we're not going to cut in just a moment.
It's a hard call, and I'm thinking about whether or not we should make it, because now's the time to make it if we want to make it. I'm thinking really hard
Surely
about
after this cutscene ends, there's not going to be a weird cut.
Can't see much from here.
And then the game's going to get slightly easier. And absolutely nothing
Yeah, you see, no
happened.
weird cut, no weird cut.
Press
We're still
start.
playing on Proud. Everything is good. Press start to view the basic controls. There
Oh,
you go.
no.
You'll be able to flip it in like 20 minutes.
Okay.
They only let
But by
you
then
use
I'll
the
be
real
used to it.
It'll be good. Trust me, it's gonna be.
I could have actually looked at the UI and stuff, but I didn't.
I don't think there was anything you really needed to see.
I saw D-Link or something.
That is not a problem yet. I don't know. Was that in the menu? I didn't even see that. You can't even do that right now. Why would they tell you about that?
I've got time to spare.
It's a meteor shower. What do you mean? Keep attacking. String together. Oh, he holds it like the cool guy.
Yeah, he holds it like the cool guys who can't fight.
Okay, yeah. See the D-Link. Okay, and I jump with that. Oh, I don't like that jump. Give me a fancy animation. I need it.
Your jump gets upgraded a wee bit.
I would imagine.
Earn prizes by defeating enemies or hitting things in the field. Green prizes restore HP. Yellow ones give you money.
Sick.
I'm familiar with these systems, but I suppose you might not be if you were playing the game for the first time. Then again, if you were playing this game for the first time with no context, I think you'd have even more questions than Joey does right now.
Special moves.
Special moves.
L2 or R2, select one.
I would recommend D-pad more than the L2 and R2 method. That was added with the PS3 version, because obviously the PSP did not have two shoulder buttons on each side.
Yeah. Okay, so
this is the
so
command.
These are your special.
This
Wait,
is
it
the
says
command
commands.
deck. Don't worry about that gauge for right now. So you'll notice the triangle prompt on each of these commands. If you mash that triangle, you got strike raid there. Hey, it's like that strike raid move you have in the other games.
It is, yeah. You can walk on the targets.
So you know how way back in the Chain of Memories playthrough we talked a lot about like how
Oh, it's like on a cooldown.
Yeah, each one is on a cooldown. Once you're locked on, you can hit the thing and
okay, well it told me, but didn't give me a chance to do it.
Well, yeah, I think you waited too long, Joey.
Dadgummit.
Should have been faster.
Whoa.
This is way back in the
go
Chain
back
of
to
Memories
that.
playthrough. Yeah, go ahead and mess around a little bit more while I'm just talking about this. Way back in the Chain of Memories playthrough, Arrow, unlike in Kingdom Hearts 1, which was a defensive spell that circled around you and protected you, it was passive, like over a certain amount of time. Arrow is now basically like an AoE around caster.
Finish. It gave me the finish prompt for doing something.
It did indeed. I wonder why it did that.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
Your little
the
gauge filled up there. Yeah, and now you get a finish command. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So way back in the Chain of Memories playthrough, we talked a lot about how your average JRPG has a massive list of moves that are all essentially functionally identical because a JRPG is just a numbers race. And that part of what Kingdom Hearts is attempting to do is take that wide list of cool moves into an action setting without creating a complex Bayonetta combo list, right?
Yes.
Part of how Chain of Memories accomplished this was with the sleight system. Kingdom Hearts 2 mixed things up by implementing the drive system, which changed up the nature of how different magic spells functioned.
Okay, real quick blitz.
Yeah.
Feel like it's just a single hit. Do I have to do something with that?
No, when you hit triangle, it did its job.
Okay, so
I believe
it's just a big hit.
I think it's just a big hit. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just a big hit. It's hard to gauge since we can't look at a health bar there, but yeah. So this is
this camera. Maybe I won't get used to it by then. Ooh, it's the X prompt now.
Yeah. This might trip you up a little bit. They don't want you to use the triangle button anymore. They want you to use X. You found the sliding dash command. Press start to open the main menu where you can install it in your command deck. No, not yet, Joey.
Not yet.
Not yet, Joey.
Okay, my bad.
Wait,
Don't get too excited.
around here for
Yeah, exactly. You had a. Yeah, we are gonna miss the meteor
Let's see if
shower.
start will actually work now.
Okay.
Can you go to config? No, config is grayed out. You're not
no.
allowed to go to configuration. Install commands in your deck to use them. Start by choosing edit deck. There are different types of commands you can install, like battle commands and action commands.
Okay.
Get to a fan faster by selecting a shortcut with square. Your current shortcut is highlighted in yellow. And then in combat, you can jump right to your shortcut by pressing left on the D-pad. Basically, you can assign one in the same way that we assigned, our cure cards consistently to a shortcut
Gotcha.
in Chain of Memories.
Commands will level up as you collect CP command points.
Which is basically a secondary passive experience. In addition to your normal XP pool,
okay, so
you also get
just
CP.
have something equipped and it gets stronger as you fight.
That's
Okay.
correct,
You don't have
yes.
to kill them with that. You just have to kill them and
Yeah,
have it equipped.
you just gotta kill while it's equipped, then you get more experience. Quick Blitz has already reached the maximum level, so its scan ability is now yours to keep. Auto abilities stay active even if you don't have them installed in your deck. So if you go into edit deck here, I'm going to attempt to not hold your hand through the systems of this too much, is what I was talking about beforehand. I wanna let you kind of figure. In fact, I'll let you fiddle with this and see what you can glean from it. If you have specific questions you want to ask me, I'll answer them, but I will attempt to not hold your hand through this too much during our first campaign.
Okay. Gotcha.
During our second and third campaigns, I will try to let loose my knowledge. But for now, I'll let you kind of sort things out.
Okay, where do I see what scan does?
If you see up there, select says abilities. Scan, hold on. Abilities are bonus skills tied to commands. Just install the command to gain its ability. Abilities boost stats or provide special skills. Scan is the name of Kingdom Hearts' ability for see the enemy's HP. They just give it to you right away in this one. Gain a new ability by adding a synthesis item when melding commands.
Okay.
Auto abilities are permanent, and they don't have to be installed in your deck. You gain an auto ability by raising a command with that ability to the maximum level.
Okay, so it had scan originally, and now that it's maxed out, scan is permanent.
Yes. Okay. So originally, the scan ability was bound.
You can turn it off. That's good.
Yes. The scan ability was originally bound to that quick blitz, but since the game automatically went ahead and leveled it up for you, now it is just bound to your character. So if quick blitz is now level 3, right?
Yeah.
If quick blitz was level 1, you'd have scan, but only if quick blitz was in your inventory.
Okie doke. Gotcha.
Fairly straightforward.
Yeah, and let's see, how do I, is that how I?
That's how you set a shortcut.
Okay, how do you tell? Like that? Okay.
The yellow marker next to it, yeah.
Okay, I like Strike Raid, I think, so we'll have that.
No, I think what I was saying a second ago, well,
okay.
Melding commands can create a new command by melding two existing ones. The commands you meld have to reach a high enough level first. In most cases, it's max level. In some cases, you can get to like level 2 or so instead.
Okay. Is level 3 always max?
Usually. I think there are a couple commands that aren't, but I'm pretty sure 3 is consistently the max.
Okay, so you get to max level, and then you use an item and fuse them together, and it turns into something.
A new command that also has an ability attached to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. There's no real item synthesis in this game as there was in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. It's all boiled down to just this melding system.
Okay.
As of right now, you don't really have anything you can do with it because you don't have many commands. But you got a new command as it's insisting with its bright, friendly yellow text. You got a new command.
Is that not the scan?
No, you actually have a new ability you can put in somewhere. That was what you got out of the chest,
yeah,
right?
because of, okay. So
what do we got here?
Sliding dash.
Punish faraway enemies with a charging attack.
Okay, and then Quick Blitz didn't seem too impressive, and I assume that's because they want you to
feel free to mix it
up.
I don't care.
Okay.
Do whatever you like.
Okay. All right, and what were you saying? Like,
about what?
You said that, like, when I was talking about the shortcuts, you were like, I turned it off, or maybe I misheard.
I know. I was saying that the yellow indicates that it's on. You have it on. It's
okay.
like if the yellow indicates where your shortcut is.
Okay.
And
actually,
I think that's
I'm willing to put sliding dash as that because you know how much I love that in the other games.
Mm-hmm. And you'll notice that that's something that's interesting here is that previously in Kingdom Hearts 2, sliding dash became a part of your string.
Yeah, but now
whereas just if you're far away and you hit your neutral melee command, you just slide to the enemy. Now it is a command you have to use manually that's on a cooldown like everything else in that deck.
Okay. All it may power up in a different way depending on which conditions you fulfill.
So you saw you had that finish prompt a second ago. Use finish command screen to change your command or give commands new names. So basically, what you have right now is when you fill up that gauge, you just get the finish prompt, right? Which was that he's flailed around a little bit. You have other finishers that you can use. You can also rename your finishers.
Does that not do anything?
It doesn't do anything, but since there's no online functionality in this game, you can name them whatever you want.
Whoa. I hit triangle and nothing's happening.
You can't do it right now. This isn't the real game. We're in tutorial, so you can't actually do it yet.
I can't make it butts. Dadgummit. Oh man, there's a whole lot of new right now.
Yeah. No, the new is just probably going to be, look, your Keyblade. Woo, it's new to you.
What it lacks in reach makes up for with a slight boost to something that I can't...
Strength,
okay.
Strength.
It's cutting off.
This screen's format is not the same as the format of our capture device, so unfortunately the edges of the TV screen that we play on get cut off a bit in order to facilitate a better viewing experience for you, the people.
And if I really need to read something, I can literally just turn my head left.
And we give it back to you.
Okay, I'm just trying to get all these new prompts to disappear right now.
Yeah.
Game help. I don't want.
Well, you don't need to mess with this right now, I don't think. If you go back up to command decks, it still says you got something new.
Dadgummit.
What do you got? Edit deck. What do you not? Go to over your action commands, perhaps. Maybe that's where we're seeing something that isn't.
Okay.
So you'll notice that jump is listed under action commands. Yeah. So now your movement abilities, instead of just being okay, now you have high jump. In Kingdom Hearts, now instead of it being in your abilities list, it's included in this deck as well.
Sure, and then there's this mystery prompt.
Shot lock command.
Okay.
Hey, Joey, you're missing the meteor shower.
No, listen, I don't care about the meteor shower. They're cool, but it's not gonna do. It's not a magical meteor shower that's gonna do something plot relevant, right? Okay.
You never know. You never can tell with
Sliding
meteor
dash
showers.
takes a long time.
Well, yeah, you just put it into your deck, and the strength of abilities is going to determine how long it takes for them to
I'm hitting
recharge.
square and nothing's happening.
It's because you're on strike grade. With something else in.
No, square's supposed to be the.
Oh, no. Square sets it in the menu, left on your D-pad, jumps to it.
What? Oh.
When you're
okay.
actually in the menu you were in before,
Okay.
Square lets you set a favorite. The shortcut for it is no, Square as per usual is block and dodge roll. You just don't have those things at this exact moment.
Right, and I'm very much imagining now that since it auto switches, that there's like the thing you're supposed to do is like have like ones that you string together to combo into each other.
We'll see.
Okay.
Again, like I said, I want to since we talked about this off screen. There's 3 campaigns in this game, which basically leaves me with the opportunity of like I can just let you do whatever for a campaign, and I don't really have to talk too much because we get 2 more campaigns after this to really like start exploring the nitty gritty in depth from level 1 to level whatever we get to. You know, we get to go through a full gameplay loop 3 times.
Okay.
So
he just was like, all right, I'm gonna beat some stuff up before.
Why not? Always be ready to go, no matter what.
Why does it seem so familiar?
Hard to say. Hard to say.
Couldn't tell you, my dude.
We still don't know this character's name. I just remembered that.
I know.
I was about to say his name, and I was like, wait, Joey doesn't know his name yet. We still don't know his name yet.
His name's not it's Noxus.
It's Noxus. Clock is ticking.
It's got that shoulder. Oh, wow.
Whoa! Give me a break, Aqua.
Then, you hopeless sleepyhead. You know, you should have at least brought a blanket.
But did I dream that place up?
What
It
place?
really felt like I'd been there before, looking up at the stars.
I see now why you make me watch the first cutscene again.
So before we started today, I had Joey rewatch the opening cutscenes of Kingdom Hearts 1 just to refresh his memory.
Where is he?
I know.
He's about. Where's the other guy? He's not. That should have been his cue.
Well, Joey, they didn't exactly rip it off. They only
Are you
mostly.
sure?
They only mostly.
He's gonna come
ripped it off.
over talking about a raft.
You ever wonder what stars are? Where light comes from?
Well, they say.
That every star up there is another world.
Huh?
And he's got the deeper voice too.
Terra.
Yep. Hard to believe there are so many worlds out there besides our own.
There sure are a
light
lot
is
of them
their
in this
hearts.
one frame. There are so many stars in the sky that,
Like a million lanterns.
if what Terra is saying is to be believed, I have no choice but to be
don't
impressed
get it.
with the total number of
Well, in
worlds
other
in this
words, they're
game.
just like you, Ven.
What does that mean?
Then.
You'll find out someday, I'm sure.
I want to know now.
You're too young to know now.
Quit treating me like a kid.
Hey, what are you laughing at?
I can't help it. You two would make the weirdest brothers.
Huh?
What? Is that a lost in translation thing?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Could not tell you.
Something One-chan. Oni-chan.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Terra, you and I have our Mark of Mastery exams tomorrow.
Oh,
I made us good luck charms.
Oh wow, those look.
familiar.
Oh.
Whoa.
Here.
I get one too?
Of course. One for each of us.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, there's this tree with star-shaped fruit. And the fruit represents an unbreakable connection. So as long as you and your friends carry good luck charms shaped like it, nothing can ever drive you apart. You will always find your way back to each other. Technically, I think you're supposed to make them with seashells. But I did the best with what I had.
Boy, sometimes you are such a girl.
Hey,
What?
what do you mean sometimes?
So this isn't a real good luck charm?
Well, that's yet to be seen. But I did work a little magic on it.
Really? What?
An unbreakable connection.
Joey's making hand motions as if to say,
I thought-
please elaborate.
I thought she was gonna raise it and it was gonna start shining and everybody else was gonna shine or something, but I think that was just like mumbo jumbo.
You've obtained a Wayfinder, one of 3 good luck charms Aqua made for herself and her friends the day before the Mark of Mastery
Collect
exam.
them all.
I find it.
from your friends.
This is a minor note because it's just a design thing, and these are meant to look like kind of more unified across the 3 for thematic purposes. I find it amusing that she says technically you're supposed to make them with seashells, but I did the best with what I had. It looks like she went to like a freaking metalsmith.
No. I was gonna say
and
these
like
look
made this
professional.
extremely like look at Kyrie's is really crappy looking. Like she drew a little face on it with Sharpie.
Like this looks like the real deal.
Anyway.
Like this looks like it could actually have magic.
Anyway, please continue. Borrow your friend's powers.
Okay.
The Wayfinder allows you to dimension
So it does
link
actually have magic.
with friends and borrow their powers. You will meet lots of characters throughout the story that you can de-link with.
Innuendo.
Not that I didn't need to really push it there.
Okay. But okay, yeah, I get that. So you make friends with somebody, get some power.
Yeah, essentially what it does is it swaps out your command deck for an alternate deck themed around the character.
Yep.
So it's a hey, I want to, especially early in the game when your commands are not so great. It's a very viable early game combat option. Later in the game, the D-links are a little bit less viable, but early in the game they're pretty useful. This HP gauge represents your health. Run out of HP and you will be defeated. Use square to defend yourself. Press it while moving to slide. Or press square while holding still to block. Same rules as
Okay.
before.
Hey, look, this isn't that character I was just playing.
No, not anymore. You did it.
But it just told me to.
It was teaching you to defend yourself, and you've completed the tutorial
Okay,
successfully.
I thought it was.
No, that wasn't
not.
punishment. That was forward momentum.
Okay.
This command gauge fills when your attacks hit enemies. If you go a few seconds without
goes
landing an
down.
attack, it starts to drain. You
Yep.
gathered that before, yeah. And once you get it, you get the powerful finish command. Whatever. We've gathered this now.
Okay, I just want
Keep hitting then until your command gauge fills. Kick his ass.
Okay, and then we do this. Okay.
And his is a little bit different from Ben's.
Yep.
The 3 characters share some of the finished commands, and other ones are unique to each character. Using triangle commands fills instead of regular attacks. Will fill the command. May cause you to change command styles.
So is that what that's talking about with the? It was like the branching finishing paths.
Not exactly.
Oh, boy.
It's kind of a different thing, but we'll
Okay.
get to that. Command styles make your neutral attacks much more powerful.
Okay.
With which command styles you get depends on the commands you used to fill the gauge. You will unlock more as you progress. Some command styles are tricky to activate. Try all kinds of command combinations. It's really not super relevant to tutorialize you on that right now because the system isn't really fully implemented at this exact moment in time, but whatever. I will, again, I'm gonna try and let you discover this as we go on, let the game speak for
Oh,
itself.
I didn't slide. Darn.
It's fine.
If you're fighting one-on-one, but you need to know how to handle a crowd too.
She said before proceeding to fight them one-on-one. But whatever, that's not my problem.
I saw him walking away. I'm like, surely he's repositioning.
Use the shot lock
Okay.
command to hit lots of enemies at once. Hold down R1 and a big target circle will appear. Use the left stick to point the center at one or more opponents and lock on multiple times. While still holding R1, press X to use your shot lock and hit enemies as many times as you locked on.
What's water with aqua?
The shot lock gauge requires focus. This focus gauge will drain. The focus gauge will drain when you use shot locks.
Okay.
Now, the one thing that they don't really tell you there that you need to know about is that each of your shot locks has a quote max state where you have the. I guess I'm cheating. I should be telling you this. I should be letting you discover this yourself. I forgot. I'm gonna stop talking about it. I'm gonna stop talking about it.
Okay.
People want you to discover the game on your own, Joey.
Okay.
So you can choose a character to play as. So you can goof around with all 3 of them a little bit right here if you want to.
Okay. Oh, that's his actual name.
Ventus. Well, these are So Sora, Riku, and Kairi are Japanese for Sora, sky, Kairi, ocean, and Riku, land.
Yep.
This is Latin for terra, earth, ventus, wind, and aqua, water.
Okay, gotcha. Sure, why not? Okay. So this is just play around with them?
Yeah, it's just play around. I think the idea is, figure out which character you like, who you want to play as first. Unfortunately,
Okay,
Joey,
can you actually select who
you do
play
get to pick who you play as. I will be dictating the order to you.
I would like you to do that.
There is a recommended.
I would, if I was playing this on my own, I would hit Google.
There is
It's
a
not a slide. That's
there
a
is
dodge
no,
roll.
so every character has a slightly different dodge. So Ven has your conventional dodge roll, Terra has a slide, and Aqua has a cartwheel.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, quick flip. Wait, it's changed it.
Did it swap it back?
Yeah.
Maybe perhaps each of them has a default deck for this sequence. I'm gonna warn you right now that you will not be playing as Ven first. So the modifications you were making before were specifically for the purposes of tutorializing and nothing more.
Okay.
You won't actually be preserving any of the changes you made as Ven a moment ago.
Okay, who do I play as first?
You're gonna play as Terra first.
Okay. I'll switch to him then.
You can play as Aqua really quickly if you want to, just to kind of see how she works.
Okay. Oh yeah,
They
I
all-
didn't really get to see. Just
You just did
shot
the shot lock, yeah.
Smart again. You
You
know
know
it.
it.
Okay. We'll try it out. See what everybody.
This is So Joey, what did you think of our initial introduction to the characters with that scene we were watching a minute ago?
It worked once. Let's do it again.
It's
I wouldn't have noticed it if you hadn't pointed it out.
well, that's also because you hadn't seen that scene in like 3 years, 4 years
Wait,
almost.
Thunder is not.
Thunder is also is now an AoE attack. Fire is back to being a ranged attack, and Blizzard is the same way as it was in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I don't like this dodge. Is it not slower than the other one? It feels like
It is the same as the
Okay.
dodge roll.
So is Thunder just AoE now?
Thunder is short range AoE around yourself. Same with Arrow. Arrow has the added benefit of it can launch small enemies. Thunder just does slightly more damage than Arrow.
Max. Okay. There we go. Figured it out.
Looks
Cool.
like I win.
As your focus gauge levels up and you have more focus and shot lock costs change, the amount required to fire a quote max one will be different.
But I imagine, like, with it being higher, it's like
well, I guess
max now would be weaker than not max at a higher state.
Yes. There's a couple of things about this opening that just don't jam super well, and one of them is the real tonal whiplash on the score, because we have this scene of the kid hanging out in his room.
Yeah, it's very-
I want to go see a meteor shower,
Oh my gosh. That is just...
and then into we're back to Kingdom Hearts 1 homing fire attacks, and then into really intense music as we're like kind of exploring.
Ooh.
Then we get into she's blind now. You blinded her.
Nice.
Then you get into the sequence where all are hanging around, and unlike the scene with Sora, Riku, and Kairi in Kingdom Hearts 1, there's no music during it. You don't get the Destiny Islands theme piping in. It's just kind of crickets chirping, which could be moody and atmospheric, but again, like you get this, it's really sharp juxtaposition with the music we're hearing right now.
Yeah.
That is really your first introduction to the game proper after those initial cutscenes. Anyway, if you want to be done sparring, we're good.
Thanks.
Trust me, you guys are ready. We're gonna clean up at the exam tomorrow.
I hope it's that easy.
It's like the Master said. Power is born within the heart. When the time is right, you just need to look inside yourself, and you'll find it there.
Power is born within the heart. During your travels, you can find new strength by playing on the command board.
What?
In this game, you roll the dice and power up your commands as you make your way along the board.
Okay.
You can access the command board at save points or on the world map. The commands in your command deck become your game pieces, and you can also obtain new commands.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh no, don't reference the save point.
Move into the circle of light and press X to save your progress. Touching the circle fully restores HP. He said we don't want to lose track of things that have happened, like he's freaking Mei Ling in MGS1. Or in any of the MGS games, all your save officer is always
They all disappear.
your analyst who's like
Can
keeping
I-
track of what's happening.
No, I can't.
No, Joey, only that one time.
I just want to change. I want to invert it. Uninvert it.
You can me once, one time. There you go. That's that. So this is your overall, basically, unified data across all 3 characters. Or maybe this is gonna say, yeah, it's gonna say it's event to save for now, but whatever. That save is gonna be gone very soon. Okay, yeah.
What?
Create system data now.
Okay.
I guess maybe it went away because we pulled out of that previous. No, that doesn't make sense because we would have had to do it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Who cares? The system data is the system data is your unified progress across all 3 profiles,
Right.
which is obviously necessary for unlocking certain things. You're not gonna. There's certain conditions of, well, once you get this done across all 3 campaigns, then other things are gonna become available to you.
Okay.
Hey, we're gonna head back.
Yeah, me too.
Why are they out here?
And I guess they were coming to see the meteor shower too.
But he fell asleep after the meteor shower.
He was there for a while, and they came looking for him because they worry about him, I guess.
But he was in his room originally.
It's fine.
Okay.
They saw the cameras and they were like, oh, I guess it's time for a shoot. Time for the big scene.
Together. Always.
That would be the last night we ever spent beneath the same stars.
All right. Ominous. Foreboding, maybe.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it just,
That after all that cheerful music, though.
yeah, it's you go from sparring and then it's like to Ven kind of looking up the sky all introspectively. We're back to like him reminiscing about a meteor shower he'd seen before. So it's like, there's a lot of things going on in that opening sequence. They're not necessarily all jiving with each other. We have to assure the audience there are Disney characters in this game. We weren't bamboozling you.
Okay.
Mickey, I cannot shake the feeling something terrible is about to transpire.
I think that bit of him on the book was kind of meant to be a Fantasia reference. I guess he was like in some kind of training exercise or whatever, because he's a bit younger now. He's training under Master Yen Sid, as was discussed in Kingdom Hearts 2. The real reason that was there was so that there could be a shot in the trailers of Mickey getting sucked into a whirlpool on a book.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So okay.
That was in the trailers. What? Wow, how did Mickey get himself in this situation? No, there was no situation.
Okay. Whatever.
And so this is your character select.
Yep.
Boom, boom. In this game, you choose one character at a time and complete his or her story from start to finish. Each character visits different places and meets different people. And only by finishing all 3 stories will you uncover this tale's deeper truths. So we got Terra, a disciplined young man who feels compelled to find greater strength. He relies on brute force in combat. An outgoing and inquisitive boy who holds his Keyblade backhand. Quick attacks are his forte. A kind young woman whose sense of right and wrong never wavers. She is nimble and a gifted mage.
So, in a sense, this is similar to the pick your, like shield, sword, or
yeah, a little
staff.
bit, except
it's
yeah.
harkening back to it anyway,
Yeah.
in a sense.
It's similar, yeah. You have kind of different builds of do you want to knock people over the head real good? You want to move quick? You want to be shooting fire out of your fingertips?
And just like the other one, we want to be smacking things real hard first.
Smack them as hard as possible. Crush them like a boulder, like the earth crushes all that it fears and opposes with earthquakes and other such natural disasters. You can't beat rock. They say that paper beats rock,
It doesn't,
but it's
beat
not
rock.
true.
It can cover rock, but it can't do anything to it.
And then what? The rock rolls over, and now the paper can't go anywhere.
Exactly.
Didn't think that one through, did you, paper?
Paper will deteriorate, but rock will do it at a very much slower rate.
Do.
Oh, no. Is he the good guy? He looks like a good guy with his glowing orange eyes. Don't know if he will, but the first thing I thought is this man's gonna die.
I'll let him talk first.
Chosen stand here as candidates, but this is neither a competition nor a battle for supremacy. Not a test of wills, but a test of heart. Both of you may prevail, or neither. But I am sure our guest, Master Xehanort, did not travel all this way to see our youngest prospects in years fall short of the mark. I trust you.
Something on your mind, Joey?
Let the examination begin.
Don't do this to me again. I had a hard enough time keeping up with all the other fake people.
What are you talking about?
No.
The game has barely begun. What could you possibly be confused about already? The thing I was gonna say when he was talking, I figured I'd actually let him talk first to let you hear it. It's kind of a neat little bit of trivia that everybody already knows about. Is Ericus, the gentleman who was just speaking to us a moment ago, is voiced by Mark Hamill, famed for playing Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars films. Master Xehanort, whoever that is voiced by Leonard Nimoy, famous for playing Mr. Spock in Star Trek. So we got Star and Trek, we got War and Trek alums right there on the same stage in front of us in this game. It's a little neat.
That's big budget right there, actually.
Yeah. Disney.
They had money at this point.
Well, they got some stars, a couple for the first game too. I don't know. Leonard Nimoy and Mark Hamill are usually up to do some weirdo stuff. I guess Leonard Nimoy isn't anymore, but back in the day, Leonard Nimoy would do some lower budget weirdo stuff every now and then. Like when he sang that song about Bilbo Baggins.
Oh no, I didn't do much.
Didn't do a lot, did it?
Get back here. Oh, these things are actually attacking. But they did say it was in danger. It's not.
What's the matter, Joey?
It's not big damage. Like I was able to take out these things with like one combo, but then these command things weren't doing like any damage.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, commands you got in your deck.
Yeah.
A little bit trash.
Yeah. At least that combos.
Mm-hmm. Now you don't have your D-Link stuff right now, but you have your standard
target focus. I need to use that since there's like deal with multiple enemies.
Yeah, if you want to. Right now you only got one guy on the field and he's almost dead, so it probably doesn't matter. Yeah. But yeah, that was the end of it anyway. So you'll get to use it next time.
I learned critical impact,
and you got more HP.
Sick.
What is critical impact? I wonder. What could it be? So this is the command style stuff we were talking about previously. If you fill up the command gauge by at least partially using deck commands, you will sometimes change command styles. So we have here our command gauge filling up, right? Now previously, when you'd filled that gauge up, you got the little finish prompt.
Yes.
Now you're seeing Firestorm and Fever Pitch. Command style you get will depend on how many and which deck commands you used.
Okay.
That's all you got for right now.
Okay.
That's all they're going to give you for right now.
All right, fair enough. Style switching and all that, maybe.
That was unexpected. But one must keep a still heart even in the most trying of circumstances. It was an excellent test, one I chose to let unfold. Which brings us to your next trial. Now, Terra and Aqua, the two of you will face each other in combat. Remember, there are no winners, only truths. For when equal powers clash, their nature is revealed. Begin!
If you're a mage, use magic.
We have deliberated and reached a decision. Terra, Aqua, you both performed commendably. However, only Aqua has shown the mark of mastery. Terra, you failed to keep the darkness within you sufficiently in check. But there is always next time. That is all. Aqua, as our newest Keyblade Master, you are entitled to certain knowledge. Please wait here for further instruction.
Hey.
Those canned animations on turning to walk in a certain direction when they don't want to do full animation on the bodies, it really kills the pacing when you got to stand in one place and pivot and start walking.
Mm-hmm.
Really slows the proceedings down slightly.
What do you make of Ventus?
He ain't gonna cut it. Somebody's gotta break that loser in.
Not here, you won't. I have to keep up appearances.
I know that. He just needs a little incentive to leave home.
Sorry. But I need some time alone. There's darkness within me. So what does that matter? I know I'm strong enough to hold it
Just
back.
like Riku.
Like somebody we've met
You
before.
are indeed strong.
Oh no.
The darkness is nothing to fear.
Master Xehanort.
And yet, how frustrating that Ericus refutes its power. Why, you could train with him forever, and still, you'd never be a master in his eyes.
But why? Help me understand, Master Xehanort. What is it that I failed to learn?
You're fine as you are. Darkness cannot be destroyed. It can only be channeled.
Yes. Thank you, Master.
And away he goes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything okay over there?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's just I'm starting to see a theme here.
What happened?
I don't know. Why isn't Ven here?
Very well, then. I will send my pupils to investigate.
Are they the only people of this academy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right. It's a big place. I'm just wondering.
That was my dear old friend Yen Sid. As you know, he is master no more, but he still keeps a close eye on the tides of light and darkness. His counsel serves as signposts on the road we wielders of the Keyblade must walk. All the more reason, then, for concern, for he tells me the princesses of Heart are in danger. Not only from the forces of darkness, as you may assume, but also from a new threat, one that feeds on negativity. Fledgling emotions that have taken monster form. Yen Sid calls them the Unversed.
So we got some new enemies.
Yeah.
Which was always kind of going to have to happen since the Heartless didn't become a problem until like kind of right after this time period.
I just hope that there's gonna be a good reason why they don't come up later.
But my repeated attempts to reach him have failed. I doubt there is any connection, and yet this all troubles me.
Master Xehanort is gone?
So here we are. I need you two to get this situation under control. Eliminate the Unversed, and find Master Xehanort. I have unlocked the lanes between. You may use these forbidden pathways to...
Remember when I mentioned to you that at some point there's going to be a character in the series who just said, "So I've unlocked the paths now, so just do it."
Okay.
This is at the point where the screenwriters have officially realized that conceit of the lore only worked in the first game, and now that they have to make a franchise out of it, it's just a thing they gotta constantly find a way to get around.
Okay.
But yeah, this is where the pacing is kind of like, because like we were just talking to Master Xehanort like 5 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Ericus was talking to him 5 seconds ago, and now he's like, oh, but he wasn't listening to me, and I can't reach him. He left 3 minutes ago, dude. He's not a missing persons case yet. It's 48 hours first.
Don't worry about it.
Whatever.
That's a lie. That's a myth. The 48-hour thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my point is that the pacing on this is they're really eager to get us right into it. The pacing is a little bit
but
off kilter.
Dumb kids can't wait though.
Sure.
That's actually that's true. Dumb kids can't wait. I learned that with my little cousin. He's like, "Yeah, can you just skip the cutscene?"
No. One thing we're actually going to talk about a lot during this game is I think the pacing of this game is actually pretty fantastic for the most part. It's just that this opening doesn't quite set the stage as gracefully as I think it could have. But anyway, we continue.
Yes.
The darkness looms closer than usual within these spaces, but your armor will protect you. Lastly, remember that order must be kept. You cannot tell anyone there are other worlds. Now go and fulfill your duty.
Is he talking about the armor plate on his arm, like that keeps the darkness or the paths or whatever?
Kind of.
It's an opportunity, a second chance for you to change my mind.
What?
You must know, I care for you like my own son. If I could have my way, I would name you master in a second. But how can I, when you are so obsessed with power? Terra, you mustn't be afraid of losing. Fear leads to obsession with power, and obsession beckons the darkness. You must never forget.
Thank you, Master. I swear, I will not fail you again.
How old are these people, by the way?
Pause it. It's actually very interesting that you asked that question.
Okay.
Because if you had asked me that question like 2 weeks ago, I couldn't have answered it.
Oh, yeah?
But in a completely random interview, like a week ago,
you mentioned that.
For some reason, at TGS, somebody said, "Hey, so Tetsuya Nomura, how old are Terra, Aqua, and Ven?" And he just said, "This game came out 9 years ago." So let's read it. The guy said, okay, so Terra, Aqua, Ventus, as well as Master Xehanort, we want to know their ages. Nomura says, we didn't really set ages. Terra is around 20, Aqua is around 18, Ventus is 16, and Xehanort is, he's like 80 or something.
Okay, cool.
So
cool enough.
It's
Why not?
If you'd asked me like 2-3 weeks ago, I would have had to speculate.
I was just making sure that these weren't like 15 and 16-year-olds because they don't look like it, but anime.
Yeah, this is something that people have debated a lot. I think generally speaking, if you'd asked me that question 3 weeks ago, I think I would have answered most fans except that Ven is around the age of Sora during the main game, so probably like 14 or 15. And that Aqua and Terra are somewhere in the 16 to 19 range. I feel like was generally the accepted fan convention. Now we have solid confirmation on that, and it's a little bit.
He just wanted to justify all the Aqua fan art.
It's possible. It's entirely possible.
Let's go.
That was the question you asked me. You asked did the age reveals on whatever it was make the fan art justified, and I was like, in some cases. Because there's fan art of Ven, too.
Oh. No surprises there at all.
It's okay.
The thing on his arm is cool, but the only purpose of that is if you're also holding a shield there. I'm just saying. Woo!
So I figured I would just let it, run its course, sort of. Let you just wait a few minutes.
That is a lot more colorful than it was in the FMV. You are not lying.
So it's interesting because like the first one, they're all really washed out orange. The next one, they're all really washed out blue, and
sick.
So this is
why?
This is what we didn't get to in the secret boss fight
Oh, does he write
against
that?
the armor in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh yeah,
that's
'cause
one
art
of many
is-
things that he does.
I forgot that guy. He, like it changes.
Yeah, his
so.
Keyblade shifts form, and we still haven't gotten back around to doing all that because we're waiting until you have time to replay Kingdom Hearts 2 on your own and get good, as the
say.
kids say. When delinked, you can use another character's commands. Press right on the D-pad to open your list of delinks.
Okay.
This D-link gauge will drain as long as you remain linked. When the gauge runs out, your link will be broken. Linking fully restores your HP, so similarly to the drive gauge, D-links are a solid healing
but
option.
if you're using other people's movesets, does that guarantee it's going to be better?
Not necessarily all of the time, but you can also just revert immediately and get your heal. And refill the gauge by collecting these D-Link prizes. So they're actually dropped from enemies just like money and health are.
Okay.
Which means you can't really restore it during a boss fight, but in mob fights it replenishes reasonably quickly. Defeating enemies while D-Linked may cause them to drop special emblems. Collect the emblems to power up the D-Link.
Yeah, okay, so just kill stuff while D-Linked to, okay.
You got it.
Gotcha.
Not super complicated. Forged a D-Link with Aqua as well. You got both of them.
Cool.
Because you're friends with both of them.
Good stuff.
Big friendship going on here
fight for
in
my
Kingdom Hearts
friends.
Birth by Sleep. But we will have to find out more about both Big Friendship and Birth by Sleep on the next episode because we've been here for a little while.
We have, haven't we?
So we probably got to wrap up an episode right about here, and we'll continue the adventure next time.